I'll never erase the image of Lisa walking through that front door that evening. Her smile was effortless, carefree, the same one she used to save just for me back when things were good between us. For a split second, it almost fooled me, but I already knew where she'd been. More importantly, I knew who she'd been with. She strolled in, humming softly, placing her purse on the counter, like it was any other night, completely unaware of the storm quietly simmering across the room. Then her eyes landed on the photo I had placed in the center of the kitchen island. The low overhead light highlighted it perfectly. I saw her entire body freeze. That smile vanished instantly. Her skin turned pale. Her breath caught, and she took a shaky step backward, like the image had reached out and struck her. She clutched the counter, her fingers white from the pressure. I had printed the photo earlier that morning. A glossy 5x7, crystal clear. She was in a red dress I gave her on our anniversary 2 years ago, her head thrown back in laughter, while another man had his hand placed intimately on her lower back. They were standing in the lobby of a boutique hotel downtown. The same hotel she claimed was part of a spa weekend with her girlfriends 3 weeks ago. I'd had enough doubt to hire a private investigator. The result, a detailed, undeniable account of everything she thought she'd hidden so well. Pictures, receipts, messages, screenshots. I'd stare at them for weeks, night after night, letting the truth settle in until I could face it head-on. And now it was her turn. She barely found her voice. "What is this?" she whispered, her eyes flickering between me and the photo, like she was begging the universe to rewrite reality. "You tell me." I replied, my tone calm, too calm, the kind of stillness that builds just before the sky tears open. She said nothing. Her face was blank, but her eyes were pleading. She looked cornered, like a wild animal caught under headlights, searching for a way out, but there was none. "How long?" I asked, the words sharp in silence. "Ethan, How long?" I repeated, my voice cutting deeper now. She broke. Her shoulders slumped, and she barely managed to whisper. 6 months. Half a year. 6 months of deception. Of watching her slip out, lie to my face, share moments and touches and words with someone else. The fury pulsed through me, steady and cold. But I didn't let it show. Not yet. I picked up the photo from the island and held it up to her. "Him," I said quietly, pointing to the man holding her in the picture. "What's his name?" She hesitated, tears threatening again. "Mark," she said, her voice cracking. "Mark, the guy you met in hotel rooms while telling me you were out reading fiction and sipping wine with your friends. Mark, who you gave yourself to while I worked overtime to cover the mortgage, the bills, your car, your entire lifestyle. That Mark." She collapsed into sobs. Her hands covered her face as she broke down in front of me, but I stood there, still unmoved. Her tears didn't touch me. If anything, they only fueled the fire smoldering inside. "I didn't mean for this to happen," she cried. "It was a mistake." I stepped back, my expression stone cold. Forgetting to pay a bill is a mistake. This was calculated. "I'm going. You made a choice, Lisa." Over and over again. She locked eyes with me, desperate. "I'll end it with him. I'll do anything. Ethan, just don't leave me. I still love you." A hollow laugh escaped my throat. It surprised even me. "You love me?" I asked bitterly. "No, you don't betray someone you love. You don't cheat and lie and make them feel like they were never enough." I turned and walked to the living room, picked up a folder I'd placed earlier on the table, and handed it to her. "Look through it," I said flatly. Her hands shook as she flipped through the contents. Every damning piece of evidence neatly organized. Her expression crumbled with each page. When she looked up again, I cut her off. "No more," I said. "I've already spoken to a lawyer. The passwords are changed. The locks, too. I want you out by tomorrow. Divorce papers will be served next week." She gasped like she'd just been punched. "No, Ethan, don't do this. We can fix it. Please. Counseling. We can work through this." "There's no fixing this," I snapped. "You ended us the moment you let him into your life. I just took my time realizing it." She fell to ground, sobbing, begging, but it was already too late. Her cries couldn't erase that photo from my mind, or the image of her pressed against another man. I left her there broken and walked upstairs. My suitcase was already packed. I rolled it into the guest room. There was no way I was sharing a bed with her ever again. Sleep didn't come. I lay awake, haunted by memories. When we first met, the wedding, the plans, the life we built. How much of it had been a lie? How long had she been faking it? And how had I been so blind? By morning, she was gone. She left a note on the calendar, asking me to forgive her, pleading with me to reconsider. I didn't even finish reading it. The weeks that followed were hard, but I stayed busy, threw myself into work, caught up with friends, started therapy. Slowly, the anger and bitterness loosened their grip. Healing came slowly, but it came. Then one afternoon, I received a message from Mark's wife. She had discovered the affair, too. We decided to meet over coffee. We talked about our heartbreak, the betrayal, and how we were moving on. It was oddly comforting, sharing pain with someone who understood it firsthand. We made a quiet promise to remind each other that we deserve better. Months later, I heard through someone that Lisa and Mark didn't last, that things had fallen apart. She left the city soon after. I didn't feel vindicated, only closure. The photo that sparked it all now lies in a box tucked deep in my closet, a painful relic of a life I once had. But it serves its purpose, a reminder to trust my gut, to never accept less than I deserve, to value honesty above all. As for me, I'm okay now. Actually, I'm more than okay. I've started dating again, carefully, cautiously, but with hope. I feel something I hadn't felt in a long time. Freedom. Freedom to live my truth, to love again, and to be genuinely happy. And that, I've realized, is the sweetest revenge of all.